Hello everyone. Next a presentation about Japan. Location. Japan, pronounced in Japanese as Nippon or Nihon, is a Pacific Ocean island nation off the coast of mainland Asia. It is comprised of approximately 6,900 islands. The most prominent and populous islands are Honshu, Hokkaido, Shikoku, and Kyushu, making out 97% of the country. Within these islands, there are 47 prefectures wide of total population of 127 million, 11 in the world. 73% of the country is mountainous. However, a majority of the people live on the coastlands, making it one of the most densely populated countries in the world. Japan's area is comparable to that of Germany or California. Japan's northernmost islands are located on a similar geographical latitude as millions of Portland, while here southernmost islands are on a similar latitude as the Bahamas. More than 50% of the country is mountainous and covered by forests. Japan is political structure in 8 regions and 47 prefectures.
Weather. Spring from March to May is perhaps of the very best time to visit Japan. Its temperature has recently worked between being too hot, with daytime temperature ranging between 21 Celsius to 26 Celsius. Summer from June to August begins with heavy rain, which turns the country into a steam bath. Autumn from September to November is also a wonderful time to visit Japan, with the weather much more tolerable than in summer. The days are cloudy, fair, and the landscape turns to bright autumn shadow. We are most as impressive as the stunning cherry blossom. Winter from December to February is a magical time to visit after the landscape in the sun, white with snow. It's perfect time to go skiing or check out the hot spring. However, visitor should be aware that it does get very cold, and some areas can receive kid heavy snow or freezing wind blasts from Siberia. Japan weather and climate feature for distinct seasons. Something with local Japan seems to be quite proud of. Depending on the experience you offer, each season offers its own unique condition and treatment. However, the best time to visit Japan is generally spring or autumn, when the weather is fine and mild.
Currency. The Japanese currency is the yen. 1 yen corresponds to 100 cents. However, cents are usually not used in everyday life anymore, except in stock market price. Bills come in 1,000 yen, 2,000 yen, very rare, 5,000 yen and 10,000 yen, and 50 yen, 100 yen, and 500 yen denomination. Current fair money is not an issue in Japan. Foreign currencies are not assets for payments in Japan, except maybe at major international airports. Payment methods in Japan: in cash, credit debit cards, IC cards, other mobile payments options, and how to get your yen. For example, currency exchange, traveler checks, traveler check, and ATM withdrawal.
Language. The national language in Japan, which is the primary spoken language across the country. All Japans, or Kanbun, originated from China and the early Japanese text, the Kojiki, was written in the early 8th century and was written primarily in ancient Chinese character. Modern Japanese developed during in the Edo period, between 1603 1868. Modern Japanese consists of the alphabet kanji, logoped Chinese character, Igarama, a phonic Japanese alphabet, katakana, a phonetic alphabet used by for foreign words. The developed and widespread use of katakana is illustrative of Japan's recent adoption of Western cultures, ideas, and words.
Religion. Shinto and Buddhism are Japan's two major religions. Shinto is as old as the Japanese culture, while Buddhism was important for the mainland in the 6th century. Since then, the two religions have been coexisting relatively harmoniously and have even complemented each other to a certain degree. Most Japanese consider themselves Buddhists, Shintos, or both. Religions does not play a big role in the everyday life of most Japanese people today. The average person typically follow the religious rituals as ceremonies like births, wedding and funerals, might visit and shrine or temple or New Year, and participate at local festivals, most of which have a religious background. Religions and philosophies, for example, Shinto, Buddhism, Confucian, Christianity, and basis for Muslim travelers. Other religion related page, for example, shrines, temples, visiting shrine and temples, weddings, obon, festivals, and annual events.
Gastronomy. The staple of food in Japan is rice, not bread. In the past, the task was collect a rice and samurai salary was paid in rice. Japanese people believe rice in the heartier that weird wheat as more carb and it's more difficult to digest. The Japanese rarely ate meat because of Buddhism with being eating animals. For the same reason, the odds did not consume dairy. The eat some Japanese tend to be lactose intolerant. Fresh sushi is the most popular food to go. Japan even to go is the used to be the cheap fast food for workers in the 18th. Nowadays, a typical Japanese breakfast consists of fried fish and miso soup, with a typical lunch is ramen noodles or rice bowl with deep fried meat. The five best traditional Japanese foods and desserts: sushi, tempura, yakitori, tsukemono pickles, kaiseki.
General aspects. Since Japanese people believe that individuals are less important than group, everyone strictly follows the rules of the etiquette. Some of the most common etiquette social faux pas foreigners make in Japan are when grading, speaking on the phone while reading a train, not returning a personal favor by grading a box of sweets, eating something while walking or eating something in the train, taking or giving something by only using on hand, showing up for a meeting just in time, passing food to someone by using chopsticks, not taking off shoes when entering someone's house, breathing someone's names in red ink, giving white or yellow chrysanthemums flowers to someone who is sick, not shaving before entering a hot spring.
Clothing in Japan's culture. Kimono. Traditionally, Japan's people wear one-piece garment called kimono, which emerged during the Eid period. Kimono is made of out of silk and earth motif has a meaning. Cranes represent longevity. Pine trees represent the new year. The chrysanthemum flowers represent the imperial family. The summer kimono is called yukata, and the wedding kimono is called uchikake. Kimono usually have long sleeves formed with two pads strong and cool down the body, while children wear kimono with bright colors and flower design. The elderly wear simple kimono with simple motif. Nowadays, Japanese people wear clothing at work and school, but prefer kimono for social occasions and ceremony.
Festival and events. In Japan, the largest holiday is the New Year celebration. During spring and summer, celebration for the gods of the land and sea or Matsuri take place. Each to hold its own Matsuri and the celebration are whether attend be all. Sometimes very typical is Japan art festival. Matsuri in Japanese. They are especially popular in summer. But in fact their festival almost all year round, from huge festival with crowd of people to small and more modest festival with only the neighbors of the neighborhood but with a lot of charm as well. The Matsuri have their origins in Japanese Shintoism and were a way to honor the gods. When Buddhists arrived in Japan, it meets with Shintoism and they also adopt the festival. Best traditional festival in Japan: Nagasaki Lantern Festival, Yuki Matsuri, Sapporo, Kanda Matsuri in Tokyo, Shanja Matsuri in Tokyo, Tenji Matsuri Osaka, Neuka Matsuri in Aomori, Tanawa Matsuri in Sendai.
The concept of beauty. Japanese beauty overlaps skincare, cosmetic, and healthcare. Modern Japanese beauty standards tend toward a light, flawless skin, a slim, pretty figure, long legs, and cute personality. Although those standards change over time and may be largely ignored by the next generation. Fair skin has long been associated with beauty in Japan in accordance with An old saying which says, a fair complexion hides seven flaws. Simple, natural beauty is a hallmark of modern Japanese beauty standards. Of course, just as with the USA natural look, it is often a natural look that takes some serious work to achieve. Curly eyeglasses are considered a beauty plus in Japan, either achieved with an eyelash curled and eyelash glue, or treated to the cosmetology for eyelash perming or even eyelash surgery to achieve curly lashes and double eyelash.
Conclusions. Japan is a nation shaped by its rapid transitions for its solution to globalism. Japanese culture and tradition represent a future of all world culture, white, never Western practice.
Good morning to all.
Good morning. Nice to meet you, Mr. Akicho.
Good morning, everyone. Let's start the meeting.
What do you do the greeting great? Mr. Akicho was this good. No, we don't know if he will do business with you.
I am really sorry. I had no idea we should bow down to him. I hope he understands.